All right, here's the step-by-step for OAuth. In order to get OAuth authentication, Google authentication to work on shortcuts, you will need to have your developer's account, APIs enabled, and billing enabled in order to get this to work, okay? So I am assuming that you are familiar with that. You'll need your secret key and your client secret in order to make this work. So in order for me not to blur things out, I'm just gonna, I created some demo here. That way you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. So step one, which is this one, this demo here. And all it does is basically take your client ID and your client secret, which I pretty much pasted here, right? So these are demos. I just changed the numbers and everything around. So these are not real. So basically you have to get your own, okay? And this is what it looks like, guys. All right, so you would paste one and then paste number two, one on top of each other. That way it'll copy it to text to clipboard. Then you're gonna get this accounts.google.com link, which I'll show you where to get it from the playground as well in a second. Again, you'll see what the structure of this is, right? So it has the Google, the redirect URIs that you've already approved on your developer account. And then playground prompt equals consent and response type equals code. Client ID equals your client ID, the scopes, and then the scopes that you're looking for, right? And this is just because I copy from there, but you can change the scopes and add additional scopes. Then it's gonna show up on show web view. Then it's gonna copy from clipboard what I get from that site, save it to clipboard, or save clipboard to tokens/refresh.txt, which is what I'm storing so that I can pull it up and only have to run OAuth access in order to get my access token. So from there, it'll run OAuth 2.0. And once it runs OAuth 2.0, it'll create the access token. And this is what it looks like, right? Or I used to have to copy and paste my access token, and I would paste it here. So I would paste my access token here. If text has any value, copy text to clipboard and pass it to save file, right? And then it would save tokens under the tokens folder, a tokens.txt file. Now what it does is says, hey, if text has any value, copy. Otherwise, run OAuth access token, which basically takes that refresh token, and I'll show you what it does in a second. And then it says, hey, get that refresh token and get me a new access token. And then the result of this shortcut OAuth access is the access token, which it then saves under the tokens folder as a tokens file. OAuth access demo, this is what it looks like. You have a URL, Google APIs, OAuth 2 version 3 token. Hey, let me get that refresh token. It brings that file, puts it in the text field here. Again, we have that grant type. This part is key here, guys. This took me a while to figure out. But grant type equals refresh token, client ID, followed by your client secret, followed by that refresh token. Okay? Then we're gonna get contents or URL. Again, this part right here, content type, is gonna be a post application /x-www-form-URL encoded. File is going to be the request body, and we're going to push number 2, which is this one here, refresh with the refresh token. This part here, I forget what I was using it for originally, but I don't think I'm using it anymore. Then you get dictionary from contents or URL value for access token in dictionary, and that's going to get you that access token, which it then passes to OAuth 2.0. Right? And you get that, and then it saves it. So that's what that looks like, guys. And then we'll jump into the whole process in a second. Process of checking the time, right? So it expires after an hour, the access token. So it basically, I have an elapsed time check. So if the time has passed, if it has passed an hour, I need you to refresh that token. Run OAuth 2.0. That's all I'm doing. It's like, hey, if it contains hours, days, day or week, just give me a new access token. And that's what that's doing there, guys. Okay. And then last but not least, let's go ahead and just look at the file. Oh, here it is. And it just say refresh token and tokens. Okay. And that's all this is. So here's what, so once a week, this is all I have to do basically when it refuses to work. So if I click on OAuth and I don't get a new token, so 843, see, I didn't get a new token. So it didn't refresh. So I'll click on this again. And I basically just need to add a error check that if I don't get a token, it'll give me an alert, hey, refresh token is expired. So that'll probably be the next thing I'll add. So obviously it's not working because it's not giving me a new token. Even though it just says 843, oh, actually it's probably not working because of the elapsed time. It's still within the hour. Let me check. I mean, it does say it was refreshed at 8:43. I can do a quick check and see if it's working. Maybe it's not working because of the audio capture from script. Hello, friend. Let's see if it works. So if it works, it should read it out loud.
Hello, friend.
Okay, so my tokens are refreshed. So the reason it's not changing is because it's still within the hour. So it's just gonna pull my tokens that are still fresh or available. So, all right, let's go ahead and go over OAuth again. And let's go to the actual website now. So again, it's gonna copy my client ID, my client secret. I'm gonna click continue. So here at the top, I'm gonna click step 1. You're gonna, you can select all the APIs that you have enabled. And then here, I'm gonna click on the top right corner. You're gonna click the gear icon. Use your own authentication credentials. And remember that the shortcut copies client ID and client secret to clipboard. So all you're gonna do is go ahead and paste it on the top. Then you're gonna copy the second portion of that, which is gonna be your client secret, cut, and then paste. Boom, right? Everything else up top can remain the same. And then you just click close, zoom out, and then you select all your APIs that you need, right? So you're gonna select, let's say, AdWords, Blogger, etc., right? So let's take a look here. Blogger, I can select AdWords. So pretty much all the APIs that I have enabled under my developer account, I can select pretty much all of them here. Cloud text to speech, speech to text, and CSE, I forget what that one is. There's a bunch of them, right? And then all you're gonna do is click authorize APIs. It's gonna prompt you again to sign in, continue. And here's that link that I told you I copied earlier, right? So you're gonna copy this link, copy this entire link right here. This is what where I got those links from, right? So I get this link right here. This is where you get your code. So you see it says code. But again, I'm not really using this right now. I know I had a purpose for it, but I wasn't using it. And then exchange authorization code for tokens. Again, so you just click exchange authorization code. And then what you do here is go back up. All right, refresh token here, select all, copy. And then that refresh token is gonna be automatically saved to that file for use in future pulls or calls. So again, the whole process is, what you wanna do is eliminate having to do this in the first place. And I believe I'm able to do that as well, because as you can see down here, it's giving me the access token, and it's also giving me the refresh token on this response. So basically all I have to duplicate is this process right here, request and response. So what I have to duplicate is this part up here to make it work on my phone with shortcuts so that I don't have to come here and copy and paste anymore, because it does spit out my refresh token. So that's the next part I got to figure out, kind of like the same way I figured out how to do the access tokens without having to come back here and log on once every day or every hour. Now I can do it where it'll give me the refresh token whenever that is needed. But I have to sit down and kind of go over and figure that part out. I hope this helps. You know, this is a pretty long video, but that should, basically everything you need is within the developer's playground. So this is where what all your information that you're gonna need is gonna be here, and on your developer console with your APIs and stuff. So once you figure this stuff out here, it's pretty easy. Again, if you have any questions, just let me know. If you need help, again, just let me know. We'll figure something out. All right.